Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a great week so far, and I hope you're looking forward to a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. I want to provide you with this week's update of things happening here at the church. As you know, for the last several weeks, we've been preparing to reopen the Redeemer campus for worship by doing two things. First, we've been closely monitoring the health conditions in our area, as well as heeding counsel from medical professionals and our leaders. But also at the same time, we've been planning for what our initial regathering might look like. When we resume on-campus worship, we'll need to do things differently for a while to safeguard the health of those who are here. So today, I want to share with you our fourfold plan to move toward this initial regathering. First, our current plan, based on current information, is to reopen the Redeemer campus for worship only on June the 7th. This gives us another month to monitor conditions, prepare for your safe return, and to educate you about temporary but very important changes to the way we meet. Just note that all adult connection groups, children's worship, student ministries, all of those things will continue to be provided online only. The second part of our plan is for the summer, at least June and July, we will follow a temporary Sunday morning worship schedule to limit the number of people in our sanctuary at any given time. Our summer worship schedule will be as follows. First, at 8 o'clock a.m., we'll conduct a blended worship service featuring our wonderful praise team. Then at 9:30 a.m., we'll conduct a contemporary worship service led by our worship band. Then at 11 o'clock a.m., we'll conduct another blended worship just like the first one. Then finally, at 5 o'clock p.m., we'll conduct an afternoon contemporary worship service. These worship services will last about 55 minutes. That will allow us time to properly sterilize the sanctuary between each service. Also note that doors will open 15 minutes prior to each service. That's to minimize people congregating in the common areas of our church. If we offer childcare, please note that it will be very limited to keep class sizes very, very small. We'll be updating you on childcare plans in the coming weeks. In fact, between now and June, I'll be sharing much information and guidance regarding which service might be best for you and your family. The third part of our fourfold regathering plan is that our summer worship services will adhere to CDC Guidelines. For example, here are a few things that you can expect when you arrive on campus. First, you'll notice that disposable face masks will be available for those who want to wear them. Of course, you're also welcome and encouraged to bring your own face mask. I can assure you, you will not be the only one in the worship center wearing a mask. You'll also notice that seating in the sanctuary will be arranged to ensure proper social distancing. We're asking that families sit together in seats that have not been closed off. This will help us to limit the number of people in our sanctuary to about 400 at any given time. You'll also notice that we won't be handing you anything like bulletins, and we won't be passing offering plates in the service. You may also notice that we will be conducting health screening for our staff and volunteers each week. For example, you may see us taking the temperatures of people with an infrared thermometer to be sure no one has a fever. And as I've already mentioned, we'll be sanitizing the building before every worship service. These are just a few ways we'll be following guidelines provided by medical professionals. The fourth part of our regathering plan really is all about you. It's about teamwork. Look, we're all going to need to work together when we meet back here on campus. There are several things that all of you can do to support our regathering. For example, if you're sick or if you're in a vulnerable category, I'm asking that you please consider staying home and worshiping with us online. All of our services will be streamed online for your convenience. Also, when you're on campus, it will be up to everyone to practice social distancing. I know you're going to want to shake hands or even hug members of your church family, but right now, know that it's just as friendly to smile and wave, okay? Our goal is to maintain at least 6 feet between each person. Here's another way you can help. Since doors will open 15 minutes prior to each service, we're going to ask that you arrive between 5 and 15 minutes before the service start time. This will help us to avoid crowds in the foyer and hallways. In fact, when you enter the building, you're going to notice greeters instructing you to go directly into the sanctuary to find your seat. Please sit with those you live with. This will be a time for families to worship together. So please feel free to bring your children to worship service. Also, we'll all need to follow instructions for dismissal. This is going to be different. We're going to ask that no one leave the service until it's over. And then, from the platform, a staff member will direct dismissal by section so that everyone can exit the building safely and orderly. I know that's a lot of information. All of the details of our regathering plan will be posted on our website at firstredeemer.org/regathering. So, especially in the coming weeks, please pay close attention to the information posted there. Finally, I want you to know that even during this time of physical separation, you are on my mind, you're in my heart, and I pray for you regularly that God would protect you, sustain you, and that He would use all of us during these unprecedented times for His glory. We're looking forward to a great Mother's Day weekend and our time together online this Sunday. I hope to see you then.